Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program Destiny, where we're going for all the achievements across putting Dyson Spheres in 64 systems here in 2022. And in today's episode, it's the Green Science Day. It's that 800 a minute green science to get the achievement. So as we can have all the sciences done and ready for the white science, let's get busy because it's a big build. And to get our day started, we are here in the Cardinal system. We are actually on Cardinal 4, which, just to do a little bit of a zoom out here, of course, the Cardinal 3 has our shooting pew-pew guns and all the things for the setup of the Dyson Sphere, but Cardinal 4 is going to be our green science planet. And, of course, to get set up a little bit, I've just been running around and getting a few of the ray receivers set up so as we have some predefined power ready to go. So I've got some extra dishes, just running them around the edge here while, because hey, power is power. And when we have a free power source, like a Dyson Sphere kicking around, we're going to use that free power source to power our green science. Now, we're also going to take advantage of some of the hydrogen that's being made. Just like with the purple build, I will probably use some of the free hydrogen coming out of that to power some just good old-fashioned generators, because I expect this build to probably require into the 900s for 900 megawatts. It's a pretty big build. So for example, we need, I think it's like 1,100 smelters or some crazy number like that to get this 800 green science a minute. And it's like 800 assemblers. So when you're talking those kinds of numbers, you know you're going to need more than, more than a few megawatts of power. Now, I mean, it turns out I got a bunch of suns kicking here. So of course, we don't want, we want the suns. We definitely want them suns. But we're going to actually probably back them off as we hook hydrogen in, because we're going to need to be burning that hydrogen off. We're going to be making way too much extra hydrogen here on this build, so we're going to definitely be cutting these back. And I mean, these are generating 75 megawatts a piece, right? Or, well, currently 72, whatever. So we're going to cut these off. That will give us some free need of hydrogen energy. And we can always pare back some of the ray receivers here as well, just to make sure that the hydrogen generators are working hard overtime. So I have brought in some of the lower number components, so things that you don't need a whole lot of. And of course we have the new automated tower system bringing in the rest. So the ones that require higher numbers, such as, a whole bunch of belts, a whole bunch of sorters, and like I said, we need over 1,000 of these. And we'll bring in some extra drone ships as we need them. With that, let me get started on the build. I'll bring it back once we get some of the first pieces down and made up. Oh, you poor coal vein. You're about to take a beating. Anyway, so progress reports. Let's have a look. So you need 225 iron plate. So that's a thing. Then of course we need 120 copper, 120, I think it's 120 and 150. Anyway, I made them both even just because it was just easier. And again, raw resource, it's always good to make more of it than you need. And then that way you don't end up running short anywhere. So I think it's it's 135 and 150. So I think I made them both 156 or something like that. Then, of course, over here, titanium. Titanium was 150. And then this was kind of a nifty maneuver. I took my 150 tower, 150, plotted it again, but then divided it into two and divided the tower into two to cycle on itself. So this was actually pretty cool because that was 150. I needed 2 rows of 60. So basically, I just zip this right up because this actually works out really good. So basically, it's going to produce a whole bunch of, with that coal, it's going to take a bunch of graphene, and then we're going to shove that graphene right back into it and come out 3 more pipes and then turn it into diamond. I thought that was a pretty cool maneuver. I am now working on glass, and so of course we're still working on the raw resources as I continue to go through and do the things. So of course for glass it's pretty straightforward. It is just rock, rock compressed. I guess they don't really have like sand that you can mine. Like they don't really have sand miners, right? Everything is based on deposits, right? So I guess you're crushing the rock into sand and then cooking the sand into glass, which is actually if you've actually never seen how glass is made today, glass actually was made one way for a very long time until literally like 20 years ago, and now glass is made a much different way. So yes, glass at one time, I mean, it's still made the same way in terms of you know, superheating sand and melting it down, except that now glass is actually made into the output of the glass is now done in these huge mega sheets, and where the bubbles are vacuumed out and a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of crazy how the last 20 years, even in glass, has changed in the way they make glass now. So with that, I just thought I'd bring you back for this quick update of the things as I continue on. The sun is gone. It is on the other side. So, you know, we're going to keep going, and I'll bring it back once we have some more done. Okay, so we're going to stick this report in here because I'm running out of room. I am so running out of room. Yep. You need a lot of stuff. You just need so much stuff. Oh my goodness, stuff. Update since last time, of course. Live stream has happened, so we got lots. Well, we got a fair amount done actually during the live stream. A lot of tricky builds, right? Like plain filler and titanium glass and cashmere crystals. Man, I curse these things every time. They're just so painful. They're just so painful. You need titanium crystal, and like I said, the titanium glass. Then of course back here we worked on chips, and then of course quantum chips. Boom. And now that gave us one of our 2 ingredients. We're working on the second ingredient with the cashmere crystal and the things. That required 160 motors. Yeah. Oh my. Yep. And that's what this mess is all about. Yeah, that's what this mess is all about. Meanwhile, I thought I had most of the planet hooked up, but maybe I don't. Like, I thought I'd gone around. Yeah, like, there's a bunch of miners over here, but it looks like I got a little lazy. I think I might have taken a day off or something over here. So I gotta put more miners down. I gotta get more stuff down. We gotta get more stuff in. I'm gonna keep building. I gotta keep building because we need more stuff. Oh, we need so much more stuff. Oh, green science. Green science. Let me tell you. Okay, I'll bring it back. It is done. It is so done. It is done. As the sun is starting to come around. Oh, green science. It's not turned on yet. I'm too scared to turn it on. But when you use a whole planet for one science, it's one science. I'll tell you right now, it's intense. It's intense, people. It's very intense. So obviously, I'm short a few labs over here. Now, I only need 180 labs for 800 science a minute, and I think there's 600 labs here, so I'm pretty sure I'm okay. But there's a lot going on here, and it's going to take me a while. Thanks, autosave. Like, I literally, like, you could have done that any other time, autosave, and we would have been fine, but no. So let's have a look at some of the final things that I've got going on here. So obviously, as mentioned, I am calling in some of the I am making antimatter here for white science, and then we're going to ship it out afterwards. Yeah, do the thing, dude. This is all backed up with hydrogen at the moment. I'm about to use all of it. It doesn't matter, so it's perfectly fine. This will be running all kinds of antimatter for us. Now up here, we got going on. What do we got going on up here? Well, of course, this is our green people eaters, right? And you know that's one of the things you need for for the green science. And then of course, so that's going to make that. Down here is where we then make the actual green little M&M guys. There they are. Look at that. That's awesome. So they're there. They're ready to go. Right, and we're going to make those, and of course we already made the quantum chips as mentioned earlier. And now for the 300 and some odd fractionators. Now what am I doing here? Well, I thought we could try for 4 achievements on this one. Let's try for the 3 greens, right? So I think green has 3 achievements. Let's go down here a little bit. I think it's green that has 3 achievements. It could be white, but it doesn't matter. I think it's green that has 3 achievements. So we're going to go for that. But here's the 4th one. Got deuterium. Use fractionators to produce at least 100k deuterium per hour on a single planet. Well, it turns out I need a lot of it. And I thought, you know what? What a great opportunity to knock out another achievement. So 300 and some odd. And I mean, this isn't the most I've ever built. If you've seen those who've watched my past fractionator planets, I mean, I got a couple of planets with like 1,000, right? This was before achievements, though. So you know, 300 is kind of small for me, right? I mean, the deuterium casinos are literally my trademark. So in this case, we're going to go for this achievement along. I'm sure there's 3 green achievements to be done here. Yeah. Oh no, they're universal matrix: yellow, green belts, blue belts. Okay, well that's fine. Well, at least we're gonna get a couple achievements. We're gonna get the green achievement. No problem. We're gonna get this achievement as well. I thought we'd go for a 2 for 1. We gotta call in we gotta call in so much stuff. We gotta call in. We gotta call in a bunch of hydrogen. I gotta start up this whole process. It's gonna take me like an hour just to run around and get this all started up. I won't torture you on that. I'll bring it back once it's running, just show you the green cubes going into the boxes and the things, just like I always do, and then of course I'm going to bring you back as the achievements happen. Stay tuned. Well, that's one of our 2 achievements that we're going for today, and that is got deuterium. You betcha. I'm not even in the system. I am back here at the NOCO system, and we're going through so much hydrogen. What I was doing is I'm actually going through. I'm going through all my planets which have Dyson spheres because they all have this hydrogen all stored up. And I'm now shipping that off to the green science planet because I just need so much hydrogen. And hey, it turns out I got like a dozen Dyson spheres that are running all the time. And I thought, you know what? They can start contributing their hydrogen to the cause instead of putting it in tanks all the time. So that's what we got going on. And so I am going to bring it back once we've got the actual green science happening. Though it was a little tricky. It was a little tricky to get started. We did have a few technical difficulties getting that green science up and running. But I believe it is now finally up and running. Man, oh man. Yeah, you're going to do 100 achievements, huh, Max? That's fine. Okay, I'm going to see you in a sec. Are you ready? Dun 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 dun. You betcha. Holy smokes. Green science. Man, it was tough. This was the tough one. Yeah, this was the tough one. And it's still tough. It's still tough. It takes a whole planet to make green science. That's right. We've gone all the way around the planet. We're right back around to the very start. I mean, I had to build stuff. I had to build stuff in between nodes. I had to add stuff last minute that I'd either forgotten about or things had gone wrong or whatever. And then, of course, another thing I did last minute was I changed my mind on how I was going to create the deuterium. So I decided to put in a huge deuterium casino up top. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot that just went crazy. Just went crazy, people. It just went crazy. But we are ready to turn this on. Boom. That's right. Let's do some stuff. So you know how this goes. We do 4 little roads like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we make a quick copy of that stuff. And let's paste it in and start making some green science. Boom. Boom. And then I rotate that around. Come back the other way. And yes, I did fix the sorter because that's a thing I do. You betcha. All right. This should now start to flash up the green science. It's daytime now, so seeing over 600 machines turn on is, a little anticlimactic. But it is what it is. We got to get this science started. But we got a lot of science. So yeah, look at the machines coming on here, people. This is awesome. Yes, pump me out them green cubes. Because it's been a long, I don't know, 15 hours, I think, just to get this far into storing this stuff up. It's been intense. Yes, give me all your green cubes, because I want all the green cubes. Okay, listen, I am going to bring you back for a quick shot in the dark, and then I'm going to, of course, bring you back when it's all done. It might finish before it gets dark. I don't know. We're going to find out. Of course, now that the sun is down, we of course have brought you back to see the science at night. Because come on, when you have 600-700 labs running like crazy, and running crazy, pumping you out them green science cubes. Oh, I forgot to connect the side up. Look at that. Oh no. You know what? Let's fix that on screen right now. Yep, you betcha. Good thing we've seen that. Now, I am way over on labs, so I happen to know for a fact my timing is running really, really good. So this is not hurting me one bit. That being said, we want all labs participating. We have all these labs here for a reason. The reason is for them all to run, not just to be standing around here looking pretty. So yes, I did fix the one sorter on this one over here, and then forgot the one line on that one. I just can't win. But anyway, it looks really awesome. Of course, it looks really awesome, this amount of labs running at night. And wait until we do the white science. It's... I gotta have basically 800 labs. Now, if you're doing it right, I think it's 180 or maybe it's 200 labs that you need. But of course, we're going to have as many labs as we can have for that white science, so we can get it done as fast as possible. It's all about numbers. In white science, you don't need just 800 a minute. You need 1,800 a minute to get all 3 achievements of white science. So now that won't be a problem because our science is going to be bulked up, right? But we're gonna have hundreds of labs just like this for the white science somewhere. And of course we've got our antimatter being produced, being stored up. I was doing it by the box, and then I just started using towers because it was just so much easier. But we've got antimatter for a while. We've got lots of antimatter, right? And I have to add more towers because we're full of antimatter again. So with that, I'll bring it back as soon as we hit the big mark. Oh, there it is. You betcha. One gravity matrix. And that also is our 75th achievement. That's right. 75 out of 100 achievements done. 3/4 of the way home. You know it. And of course, that is going to wrap up the green science. Well, I mean, we're going to let it run, of course, because we've got a lot of science to go. So obviously, we have a few things to look at here, and are you going to scroll for me? There we go. It's being a little fussy there. We obviously have, a couple really big ones coming up, which are going to take a while to get done. At the same time, right, so we're going to be building Dyson Spheres across the rest of the planets. And we're also going to be pushing now hard on that white science because obviously, right, you've got to get yellow, green, and blue belt. So this is the 3 white science, and this is where you need. So you've got to have 1,800 white science a minute to get this. There's no way to get all 3 of these without doing that. So if you're going to get one, you might as well get all 3, right? This method is allowing us to do that. So we'll be pushing hard for those. But then we're into a few of them that I wouldn't want to get until the very end, such as all the upgrade achievements. There is a few upgrades that I don't want to get anytime soon, such as the stacking piler sorter achievements. I don't want to do these ones right away because a lot of stuff is worked on ratio, on the amount of stuff that can be made, right? And if I start allowing sorters to stack, that's going to ruin a lot of my numbers. So I'm not even going to throw that into the mix until very close to the end. So of course that's there's 25 to go. There's about 14 of those that are going to be really tough, like really tough. And those 14 are probably going to happen after a hiatus here in the summer, because we're coming up to the summer, and of course some summertime games is coming up soon, and it will also take multiple days of running the game in the background to get some of these achievements to pop up. So as the summer goes along, we'll see how it goes, but for now we are 3/4 of the way accomplished, and that takes care of Gravity Matrix. I'm Max. This is Dyson Sphere Program Destiny. What are we doing on the next one? White science. You know it. It's time to get those 3 achievements and get them out of the way. And we're going to have some white science, doing some crazy white science things. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.